All the buzz for the New England Patriots has been around Mike Vrabel being hired. Not only him, but Terrell Williams getting scalped from the Lions, as well as Josh McDaniels coming back for his third stint with the Patriots. But there's one guy that the Patriots just picked up that is going to be sneaky good for the Patriots. Let's get into it. You guys know my name is Aaron. On the daily, pushing out Patriots content for people like you who can't get enough. So do me a huge favor. Find that subscribe button. Find that like button, the notification bell. Find all three of them. Hit them. I truly appreciate it. As well, comment below. Of all the coaches that have been hired so far, who have you been most excited for? Let's talk coordinators. Let's talk assistant coach, because I know most everyone would just say Mike Vrabel off the bat. So jump in, comment below. Tell me who you're most excited for and why. So today's episode, what we're going to do, jump into the hiring Patriots made, as well, not only for this specific position, we go into a positional coach that's also been hired, and as well we jump into free agent edge rushers and what edge rushers could possibly come out of free agency to the New England Patriots. So ladies and gentlemen, let's jump in. So first, John Stryker has been hired away from the Los Angeles Rams from Sean McVay. Sean McVay, very upset, not happy, obviously joking about it. But we know the biggest talks have been around the coordinator positions, obviously, because they are the ones setting the offense, setting the defense, and setting whatever their scheme is, setting the players best for success. Now, this position is interesting. So it is a game management coordinator. So basically what this person does, what Stryker does, is he is going to be on the headset with Vrabel, obviously with the whole coaching staff, and he is basically going to be the eyes and ears for Vrabel, telling him what's the best situation, when should a timeout be called, when should you go for it on fourth down, what should you do in this scenario if you're on the goal line. You end up getting a false start. It brings you 5 yards back, but it's 4th and 8. Should you go for the field goal, depending on the situation at hand, depending on the score, all these different things. So Stryker's job is essentially to be the guy on the headset with Vrabel, telling him what to do, making split-second decisions. Now, does that mean Mike Vrabel is going to always take that advice? No, it doesn't. But we have to understand, behind every great head coach, and this is what's crazy, is a lot of times you look at head coaches, and when it comes to calling timeouts, a lot of the blame is solely on them, which it should be, because at the end of the day, they are the captain of the ship. They are making the call. If they make the incorrect call or they don't make the call at all, then that is, again, they're the one who's making it. Now, this person is just giving advice. And so looking at, a lot of it is analytics. A lot of football nowadays is you look at it from an analytical perspective. Reason being, you look at a lot of teams right now. So you look at the Detroit Lions, you look at the Washington Commanders, Redskins, and you look at them and you realize a lot of the season they went for it on fourth down. The reason being, analytically, why not? A lot of things that they're being shown by, whether it's their game manager or as Stryker's new position is the director of football administration, would be, that's what he earned when he was with the Titans with Mike Vrabel. But that being said, a lot of times you are crunching numbers. You're trying to figure out what is going to put this team in the best position. You relay that to the head coach. The head coach makes the decision. Now, some of it is probably, hey, the head coach is like, hey, let's go for a trick play right here. He might be advised not to. Boom, you don't do it. I'll tell you a fun fact. I have a buddy who is a JAG. He is a lawyer, and he is on a destroyer that I can't tell you the exact locations, but he is on what is called the captain's team. So he's one of 5 people that is with the captain of the destroyer, and basically what they do is he gives him legal advice. So he says, I want to do this. He tells him, based on this, this, and this, you can't do it. Or he tries to put him into a situation where he can do whatever he wants to do as the captain. Now, whatever he does, he has to sign off on, but it's the same concept. So Stryker, hey, this is what you should do, Vrabel. Boom, I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. Regardless, you are taking the brunt of the blame as the head coach. But again, I think it's great. They do have the rapport back from, obviously, they're both Ohio State alums, but even more recent was He spent 6 seasons working with Vrabel with the Titans, which is great. You always want that rapport. And what's interesting is a lot of people have said, well, Mike Vrabel is hiring all these people that he has known before. Yeah, he's leading this team. He's going to put people that he trusts, that he has experience with, he has rapport with. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Next up, Ashton Grant hired as a quarterback coach. A lot of people thought it was possible AVP might get a little demotion to quarterback coach, but again, now he is finding a new role somewhere else, and best of luck to him. But that being said, it's an interesting hire because Grant has not been a positional coach. He was essentially an offensive analyst for the Browns. That's where Mike Vrabel was helping out essentially as an analyst. He wasn't technically a coach. And so there's certain rules when it comes to positional coaches, coordinators, all this different stuff. So there's certain titles that are given out. But that being said, consultant, analyst, whatever the heck you want to say. But that being said, made this relationship with him in Cleveland enough where he wooed, there you go, if that's the word you want to use, Mike Vrabel into seeing, hey, I trust this guy. I want him to come in under offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels and help lead this quarterback room. And the bigger news on top of that is the fact that Josh McDaniels will not be doing a double duty of quarterback coach as well as offensive coordinator. He will solely focus on being offensive coordinator. That doesn't mean he's not going to heed advice to the quarterbacks at all. Obviously he will, but when it comes to quarterback room, that is Grant, Josh McDaniels, focus on the offense, putting players in positions to best win. Next up, last but not least, you are going to see a lot of people talking in the next months about draft, about free agency. Yes, we still have the NFC, AFC championship left. Yes, there's still the Super Bowl. But when it comes down to it, those are only 4 teams. Every other team wants to talk about, hey, who is available potentially for my team? So this right here is just top 10 edge rushers for the NFL this year that potentially, again, could land on the Patriots. Now, we have talked, and you will probably get sick of me talking about this, but dependent on what the Patriots do in this offseason leading up to the draft, I think could very well determine what they do in the draft. As an edge rusher, I love Abdul Carter. I think he has a ton of potential. At the same time, I think there's a lot of big-time names the Patriots can go after in that realm, in the edge rushing realm, as well technically as wide receiver, because I do really like McMillan that's going to be coming out of Arizona. But there are some big names that are going to be free agents that are wide receivers as well. So whatever the Patriots choose to do, and it's very possible they could go out in free agency and say, boom, here's an edge rusher, boom, here's a wide receiver, and even really beef up. There we go, Aaron. Come on now. Beef up that offensive line, help that offensive line out, and then going into the draft, who knows what they'll do. Again, I still think big priorities are obviously offensive line, wide receiver, edge. And so we look at the edge rushers, and you see there, obviously you got talent right here, but the big names, Chase Young, I really like coming out of the Saints. I really still think he has a lot left in the tank, and is not necessarily at times reached his full potential. Only at 25 years old, I think he still has a lot left in the tank. And so coming out of college, you got to remember he was one of the top edge rushers in his class. So I think he could be a huge help for the Patriots. But one name I really want to point out as we go down the list is Khalil Mack. Now, the reason I'm pointing out Khalil Mack is, yes, he is older, but I think he is going to be willing to go somewhere, and this is the tough part. Are the Patriots going to be set up to win a Super Bowl next year? Again, I don't have a magic mirror. I can't ask it questions. I can't go and ask ChatGPT who's going to win the Super Bowl next year. They might give me an answer. Who the heck knows? I might try that after this. But it is possible that he sees something in the Patriots, in Mike Vrabel, a defensive minded coach and says, hey, I want to give this team a chance. Because I think Khalil Mack has talked about, hey, he wants to finish his career on a high note where he has a potential to win a Super Bowl. Now, if I were to tell you, I think that Khalil Mack, I would not be surprised if somehow, some way, and this is all just speculation, he ended up on a team like the Lions. Just because you look at the attrition that happened with the Lions, that defense was absolutely decimated. And I think that's one of their big reasons they could not, at the end of the year, they couldn't stop the Bills. They couldn't stop the Commanders in any of those games, is their defense. They were in a boxing match and they were on the ropes. They were missing some of their top tier talent. And so you see someone like Khalil Mack come in, hey, maybe take less money to go there. But I think with the amount of money that the Patriots have, it would be interesting to see if they throw a deal out to him, even just like a 1-year deal to see. And again, I think the Patriots, again, you never know with the Patriots. You never know with any team. Look at the Commanders. If you would have told me the Commanders would be 1 game away from the Super Bowl this year, I would have laughed at you. They fell into a great situation. Now I think the AFC is at this point harder than the NFC at the point, better than the NFC at this point. That's when I say that, I say top to bottom. And so that being said, I think it's possible that Khalil Mack could come to the Patriots if he saw the money, but as well the ability to play for a great franchise. I know there's not a lot of Los Angeles Charger fans. I'm sure he loves Harbaugh out there, but when it comes down to it, to play for a storied franchise like the New England Patriots, I think that's a huge possibility. Josh Sweat, I think is also huge too. I like these two options as well as Chase Young. There's others on here that I'm just like, I don't know. And granted, I think the Patriots organization could see them. I think Mike Vrabel, Terrell Williams could see them and say, hey, it's a possibility for them to come here and potentially, give them some, like, a big paycheck. But again, what are the Patriots willing to pay, especially for some of these guys who are older on the back end of their career? And the other question too is, and maybe you know more about this than I do, is Terrell Williams, who does he have connections with on that list? That's something I should have probably looked into. But who does he have connections on this list that, hey, I already have rapport with, I have a relationship with, and you can come to New England and you know how I'm going to run things here, and you can help us out greatly. So I think that's obviously going to be one of the biggest things too when everyone, Mike Vrabel, Terrell Williams, Elliott Wolf, when they all get together and they have a conversation, is who is going to be best for this defense we put forth on the edge, and who's going to best complement Keon White or vice versa. So that being said, what do you guys think? Comment below. My name's Aaron. You guys know, hit the subscribe button on your way out. We'll talk later. Peace.